All right, so yesterday we almost lost $40,000, which would have not felt too good. But here's how we fixed it, course corrected, and how you can not learn from the mistakes that we are making. In the marketing agency that we have never once had a client cancel because we just prioritize having the best possible results at all time. There is one client that we took on about 4 months ago where we use our internal systems of Notion and Slack, and we've actually created a new database where we keep track of everything, where we post everything, where it's very seamless. But for this client, we operated under their system, and so much stuff has gotten lost. We've missed a lot of the deadlines, and in every single contract, we've had a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. And they were basically saying, you know what, we're not satisfied right now. We're missing deadlines, and that is 100% on us. But why did it happen and how can we make sure this doesn't happen again? It's by making sure that we are always operating from our systems. And even if a client is reluctant, we cannot take on a client if that means we have to mess up our system. They have to adapt to what we're doing because it is a very well run machine and it is very clear to every single person on the team. And so when we're training people, we're training them on our system. And so we've had constant issues. We also had a people person that was a problem in place for this client, which ended up making everything a hassle because even with great systems, bad people never solve it. Or great systems fall to bad people. Bad people solve anything with terrible systems. And this person was just not very hungry. And so we've solved the problem, but instead of a full refund, I said the way that we're going to make it right is I said, this is incredibly frustrating for us. I've been on top of this. We are not happy with our performance that we've had for you, even though what we are doing is actually doing quite well. I said, we are not going to charge you for the next 2 months. So it's 100% free for the next 2 months to make it right because we want to prove to you that we are on top of this. This is very frustrating. And just trying to go above and beyond to one, just move with a very high degree of integrity because we are a very white glove service. There is stuff that is always going to go wrong. This is something where we've learned a very valuable lesson where we have to make sure we're always operating under our systems. For them, we use Airtable and email, which is the complete opposite of what we're used to using. So when things were getting done from their team, it wasn't getting passed to our team. And so there was actually just a communication issue, which almost costed us, a lot more than $40,000 of money that we would have had to send back to the client. And obviously, that would have it hurt the business substantially. But the only thing you can do is move forward and move with a very high degree of integrity and take a short term loss of obviously not getting paid. And there are substantial costs for us. But to make something right, sometimes going above and beyond ends up they become a spokesperson for the business because it is impossible to have a business that is perfect 100% of the time. And when you mess up, it's how do you treat that? If you face it head on and say, this is 100% our fault, here's the issue that we've encountered, here's how we're actively solving the issue, and to make up for it, we're going to do XYZ thing. I've noticed that people are not only understanding, but they become incredibly grateful for the business and you as a person. And that is why we've never had a client cancel. It's not like we just have every client for free, but anytime there is a mess up, it is making sure that we are on top of it and always moving with the highest degree of integrity moving forward. But we also have to change the contracts because define satisfaction, and it will have to be we hit every single deadline and they hit deadlines if we want to have a 100% money back guarantee. Because obviously, if satisfaction is a vague term, this is another mistake where I am very lackadaisical. For this particular case, we did not hit the KPIs that we told them that we were going to hit. So I actually agree. If they asked for a refund, we would have given it for them. We would have paid them over $44,000. If we did do everything and they still were, let's say, a bad person and they just said, we're still not satisfied, in the contract, we just have satisfaction guarantee, but satisfaction is vague, which is why we need to have a lot more fine print. And that is more stuff you learn in business that the lawyers, the law team has to be super dialed in. Your accounting has to be super dialed in. And that's stuff that you learn that is not the same skill set as making money. And this actually is a super valuable lesson, hopefully moving forward, where this will not happen again, but there will be constant issues. And when I saw that email, I can assure you yesterday was a very good day, turned into a very bad day after that.